Live.
Yeah, could happen a lot. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 15 of the fantasy season, also called COVID season. We have 4 people on today, which is quite surprising and quite nice. Special guest star Jared, who, um, yeah, Yeti.
He
Hi.
writes for us. Yeah.
What's
He does
up,
a cat.
Jared?
Jared writes for us and does a cash game article. And yeah, he's a very
Dude,
smart
he
mind
can
at
talk for
DFS.
himself.
Yeah. So I usually do the cash game article. Unfortunately, the past couple of weeks I haven't been able to do it because there's just been so much craziness going on in the NFL world. I get home at about 3:00 on Thursday night, what it is to me, but it's actually Friday morning at that point in time. I'm sure Gladys might be familiar with some of those hours. And usually I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write my article for the week. And this week I looked at my article, or I opened it up and I was like, oh my God, I can't even write. Like, I can't do it. Like, it's so hard. So I text Jeff, or I messaged Jeff the next morning. I said, yeah, it's not happening this week with all the COVID. Good luck on the Friday show, guys.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. From that accent, I'm guessing you're in Minnesota?
I am in Minnesota.
Okay, nice accent. And then we have, of course, it is a nice accent. And then we have, of course, Garrison. How are you doing this morning?
Where am I from? Where's my accent from?
You see,
I mean, you don't even know where I'm from, I bet. Like, what ethnic I am, huh?
Yeah, yours is really unpredictable. Like, I can't quite.
From Nicaragua.
Iowa?
Nicaragua.
Accent? It's not a Midwest accent.
Have you ever tried to get people to teach them how to roll their R's like you just did? Because I can't say Nicaragua like that. But that was pretty funny.
Nicaragua. Yeah, it's okay. And of course we have our Dallas person who lives in Arizona. How you doing, Eric?
I'm good. Good.
Eric
I'm glad we got a full house.
Classic American accent.
Yeah, I used to have a Southern accent for the most part, but
You still kind of do.
I haven't lived near home in like 12 years, so it's lost a bit of its luster, if you will.
You still kind of do. Alex is going to open a bar in Nicaragua, so
we actually talked about that once, me and him.
So Jared, you can go down and practice rolling your R's as you're drinking tequila, as you're pumping tequila, gentlemen. So yes, Eric. Jared brought it up. The COVID week. So games are moved from today to Monday night, today to Tuesday. So the slate for today is truncated slightly. Like there are hardly any. Like all the good choices are moved. Like all the good quarterbacks are not playing on the slate today.
I bet you there's some average people that don't even look at their lineup till Sunday morning, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a playoffs. I got to set my lineup this week," and they're probably like, "What is going on?" Because I did that yesterday, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Swift is out. Let me put Stevenson in," and I looked at the time, and it was 7:10. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got 10 minutes before the game starts," and I looked, and the game was locked. I'm like, "Oh shit," but.
Yeah.
Luckily it worked out for me. I get Wilson instead. But it's
yeah,
playoff week for season long. For most
season long, it kind of sucks, especially the yesterday games. Well, no, because unless you forgot that they had a Saturday game, you were okay because moving the Cleveland game helped you. Kinda, maybe. Although I don't know who you play.
I think the games that are playing later in the week actually help the players because more rest and more preparation. And if they're dealing with, they don't have COVID. They just a false positive or whatever, and they'll be fine. Like OBJ is gonna play, and all those guys. So
yeah, Henderson's back in. Yeah, it helps the players. It just kind of sucks for DFS. Speaking of which, that was such a smooth segue. I'm patting myself on the back. Gee, what you got for us today? Let's just start with DFS because we can do love them or leave them, but seriously, It's week.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Who's there to really love or leave at this point? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
If your
it's
guy's
awful.
in the starting lineup, you gotta love him.
You gotta love him.
Exactly, Jared. Exactly.
No, I mean, the way we can do this was both me and Jared on. I can name 2 guys that I like, and he can name 2 guys that he likes.
Well, you don't do cash games, right? Wasn't that the big thing? Like, you
I
don't
can do
do
the
cash
cash
games
side.
because they're beneath you. Then Jared does play cash games, so you can do your GPP and he can do his cash games.
We can do it that way.
Pretty much the cash game
It's just
quarterback for GPP plays too. So today, because this slate is so freaking tight, like your core
Well,
players.
let's just see if that's what happens. Let's do quarterbacks. G, you go first.
Yeah, my first quarterback that I'm going to play a lot of is Aaron Rodgers. I was looking at him over the weekend. More and more as the week went on, I noticed my projections were trending towards that game quite a bit more for the Aaron Rodgers side. I'm going to stack him with Devontae Adams. That's a very pricey stack, though. But the thing is, I'm going to find value elsewhere and try to get contrarian on the second run back with either Marquise Brown or possibly what's his name, Mark Andrews. But I also want to. It's going to be expensive, but I think he's going to be lower owned than people want because there's going to be other quarterbacks that everybody's going to want to play. But I think Rodgers is one of those quarterbacks that just breaks the slate at a 5% ownership, you know. Dude, Devontae Adams 8,900, so it's expensive. But those 2 guys on a slate like this, they can get you 70 points, you know. So that's my favorite. My first quarterback. My second quarterback that I'm going to have a lot of further to is Dak Prescott. I feel like every time I talk about Dak Prescott, he either does great or does shitty. I hope it's one of those days where he does great, though. But he has a great matchup against the New York Giants. We know the Giants are just abysmal now. I don't know if they've given up on the season, but we already seen Dak Prescott before against the Giants. He's done pretty damn well. Last game for week 5, he had 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. And I mean, right now, they're not really looking to like run the ball as much as they used to with Zeke. I mean, he's not the bell cow running back. We've seen him. Corey Coleman got work over him in important critical moments last week, and I was like, where's Zeke? You know, so I'm guessing they're going to rely on their passing game more. I think there's more to it with Zeke's knee than people think. And that's what sucks right now for fantasy football playoff. You relied on this guy to be a superstar in your fantasy football, and he's not doing it. But Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, but I'm going to pivot to Michael Gallup instead of Amari Cooper. Now it's saying that Cooper's going to have one of those 40-point games, I bet. But that Dalton goes too, but I'm not too high on him. But I'm going to run it back with the guys on the other side, Ingram, Shepard, and a little bit of Galladay. Not too high on Galladay. If there had been a wide receiver that got signed to a lucrative contract in recent memory, and not even coming close to that, it's definitely him. But give me Dak Prescott. Those are 2 top GPP quarterbacks I'm going to be playing.
Who's quarterbacking for the Giants today, or whenever this game's going to be played?
Mike Big Neck Glennon.
Oh, is it Mike Glennon still? All right. So, and Jared. Oh, Kevin G has COVID. Hey, Kevin, what's up?
It's a good spot to be, though. Just hanging out on a computer away from you,
exactly,
right?
All right, what you got, Jared?
So, G makes some interesting points there. I think this slate's going to go one or 2 ways. You're either going to pay way up or you're going to pay down at quarterback because, like, paying up, there's – like, I saw this morning that Rodgers was only going to be like 5% owned, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I think it's a good way to build for GPP. As far as like the quarterbacks that I like, I kind of like the pay down options, especially for cash. But like Tua, to me, like you can match Tua and Parker and just have so much money available to play, pretty much pay up elsewhere. And it's going to be chalky. So that's why I say it's more of a cash game look. But, Devontae Parker is one of those guys that, like, he can get you 4 catches for 40 yards and he can get you 8 points. Very rarely are you going to see, like, a 17-point game from Parker. So I don't necessarily know that he's the best chalk in the world, but he's going to be chalk.
He's going to be the highest owned player, probably.
Yeah. But I like Tua. I do like Rodgers as well, but for me, Tua's my favorite quarterback, just because it's the Jets. Play every Dolphin that you can possibly find and roster them because the Jets are horrible.
How do you say his last name, Jared?
I was going to ask Gladys because Jeff's got the best pronunciation of Tua's last name. I would say Tunga Viola, and that's probably as close as I'm going to get.
Or Tunga Valoa.
Yeah, Tunga Viola.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, and who's your second quarterback?
Second quarterback I think is interesting is Kylar Murray. Again, one thing I love about Kyler this week is it's kind of an uncertainty what we're going to see with the running backs. So you might see him run a little bit more. You got Connor, who's banged up. He's expected to play last that I looked. And then you have Edmonds coming off IR. I don't think he's going to have a huge workload. Some people think that he's going to be more involved than others, but I'm more I don't think he's going to see more than like 8 touches personally. I think Connor's been hot and they're going to roll with him, but give me Kyler Murray you can stack him pretty cheaply with AJ Green and Christian Kirk. And that's kind of a way to get a nice rushing upside with your quarterback and still remain cheap at the wide receivers.
So, okay, going back to you, Jared, do you think they're going to play Connor a lot with that bum ankle?
I think he's going to definitely lead the backfield. I think he's deserved it and he's earned it.
Right. That part aside, they're set pretty well. Why would they cause further injury to the ankle that's already hurt?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a light workload for both of them, to be honest.
Okay.
I think you're going to see all kinds of goofy stuff with the Cardinals this week. But I can't see like 20 carry games again for Connor just because he's hurt. I think that's going to come down a bit.
That was my question. So you think that it's going to be more of a passing game, basically, with Kyler Murray running?
Yeah, kind of. But they're going to be up by a lot too, so they're going to have to start running the ball with somebody. But neither one of them guys are healthy, so.
Okay. And Eric, hi. How are you?
Hey, I was going to say with Connor, you really don't need a whole bunch of volume. The dude just scores touchdowns constantly, so he might see 10 or 12 carries but have 3 touchdowns. So I feel comfortable with Connor.
Detroit
real comfortable.
They're playing Detroit, right? Detroit. Mm-hmm. And so they're inside too, which helps a little bit, I guess. And Detroit sucks against receiving running backs. But okay, Eric, you're going to be our week. So two quarterbacks? What do you got? Who do you love? 2 quarterbacks.
Oh gosh, I don't like. So it's so crazy. I feel like there's no starting quarterbacks left. You know what I mean? It's like Jared said earlier. If there's still a starter left, I'm good with that. Off the top of my head, I love the Tua call. I do love that a lot. The Jets are just horrible everywhere. Anytime I can pick on the Jets in this show, I'm going to take advantage of that.
Okay. What about your boy Dak?
Oh, yeah, of course. I like Dak a lot in this game as well. It's a divisional game, and the Giants are, for whatever reason, they always play Dallas super duper tough. So this could be kind of a high scoring game, honestly. I don't know if I expect that with Mike Glennon at quarterback, but I can't see the boys running the ball a whole lot. Just trying to still kind of save Zeke and his knee. But I'll say my other guy, Tom Brady. I really, 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 really like Tom Brady this week. Even against the Saints, I don't really.
Is that a Sunday night game? When is that game?
No, it's tonight.
Okay. All right. G, who are you going with next?
For a quarterback? Because I don't.
No, you're next.
I will say this. I think Big Ben is interesting this week. If you're looking dumpster diving, but I only was going to say that because I know that Gladys is a Steelers fan, so I had to sneak that in there.
Thanks. Big Ben is never interesting any week, but thank you for that. Deontay Johnson's interesting, but Big Ben.
Someone's got to get him the damn ball.
True. All right. G, what are you going? Wide receivers? Running backs?
I'll go running back. Running back. I think my top play is just James Robinson. I hit the over.
Love that play.
I don't know if people have seen Sleeper, but you can do a prop bet now, and it's awesome. I've already made some pretty good money on it because they have a really weak ass projection. But James Robinson, I hit the over on everything on him. I mean, he's 5,400 versus Houston. Houston have allowed almost the most running back one to the whole season to running back. He projected for almost 16.5 points on my projection. He's going to be the highest owned running back too. So don't think that it's sneaky or anything. But you're going to want to have him in your roster. He's pretty much a staple in your cash game. He's going to be a good player in GPP. He's just going to get the volume. With Urban Meyer being fired, I can't imagine what they're going to demonstrate to show that to the Jag fan. Hey, we know the players we have. We're going to actually give them their workload.
Trevor Lawrence sleeper, calling it right now.
Yeah.
I just did. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, we don't mind Trevor Lawrence.
Dumb and Dumber. What did I miss here?
Gerson's taking his shots. Everyone loves my Clemson orange today, it seems, in the chat.
Oh, Gerson took a shot on your suit. Nice.
It's actually just a sweatshirt.
No, they're asking like, what is Jared wearing a suit? What is Jared doing this? I'm like, he's wearing the Dumb and Dumber suit. You never seen Dumb and Dumber? What is
wow.
Party? And he has orange and he has boots. I'm not dissing on him. To be honest, I was Dumb and Dumber for Halloween one year. So
yeah, I've heard about your Halloween costumes.
So the other running back I'm looking at, and he's probably not being talked a lot. He should be though because he priced down, and I think he's gonna step right back into the role. And I didn't bring up this running back on the Friday show. It's Michael Carter-Williams. I think Michael Carter-Williams is gonna get the volume he used to get, where he got like 16 to 20 touches. And this is a matchup against the Miami Dolphins. I like him at 4,700. I think that allows you to pay up to get up to the play of the day is Devontae Adams. It's no secret. I'm telling you guys right now, but he is expensive. You're going to want to have a lot of him, and that's the way you can do it. Play these cheap running backs. Those are two of my running backs. One of the most expensive ones that I like. I'm not really high on all the expensive running backs, but if there's one that I can pay up to 6,900, it's Cornell Patterson against the San Francisco 49ers. Definitely love his matchup. Projected for almost 17 points. His ownership is high though. I think I have him at like 12% or something like that. Oh no, wow. I guess I have him at 7%. The ownership dropped on him. I think it's because all these guys that became value came up. So, but those are my three running backs I'm really looking to play a lot of.
All right, before we go to Jared's running backs, hey Ryan, we have Ryan from the Standard League who plays the Standard League all year long, and he played Pittman, which kind of sucked. Sorry about that. So he needs to bring a tight end back. Which one of these tight ends are you playing? Ooh, ouch.
I'll go first. I'm going to play Evan Ingram. Just looking at his list, it's not pretty. He hasn't been pretty, pretty much all year. But I'm willing to gamble on the Giants being down in this game, pretty much as a kind of like a game flow thing. And yeah, they got Shepard back this week, but they're still thin to have receiving options. So. And I'm pretty sure Dallas is bad against tight ends, if I remember correctly.
I'm going to take Uzomah.
Yeah, I'm taking Uzomah too. Against
in a standard because he
in a standard, it's like you need touchdowns. You have to have touchdowns because the PPR doesn't count, and I think Denver can give up a couple touchdowns to Uzomah, or at least one.
But you know what? I'll change my mind. I'm actually going to tell him to go pick up this tight end that's not even on this list. Go pick up David Njoku. I bet you he's out there on free agent, and he's going to get volume. He's going to probably get a touchdown versus the Las Vegas Raiders. So, Ryan, if David Njoku's out there, I'd probably go play him over all these guys, to be honest with you.
I'm sticking with Uzomah. Who do you got, Eric?
So Alex in the chat actually nailed the exact reasoning why I'm going to take Gerald Everett Lockett's not going to be playing in this game. He's going to be
Yeah.
the number 2. He actually has pretty much been the number 1 options for Russell since he came back from his finger injury. So I'll definitely take Gerald Everett. I think he's going to get some volume, potential for a touchdown or 2.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So, Ryan, that made that crystal clear for you, didn't it? You have like 5 different choices. And just for good measure, G threw in someone that you didn't even have on your list. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
Who do
you.
you trust the most? That's the
Yeah,
question.
who do you trust the most? Daniel, chance playing Hurts or pick up Burrow or Fields? Oof. Is Hurts in for sure?
Yeah, he's playing. Hurts.
He's playing.
I'll play Hurts over all those guys. Because
I'd play Hurts.
he has a great matchup.
Jared?
Hurts. You know, it's funny. He's one of those players that drives me insane because I have Herbert and Herbert and Hurts on the same team, and I pick the wrong guy every single week. It's the biggest
That's
headache
awesome.
all year.
Eric? Oh, sorry.
No, I'm going Hurts as well. If he's healthy, yeah, that's the easy call for me.
Hello, Jeff. How are you, my
What's
friend?
up? I'm a couple minutes here. I had some time before I have to get busy doing some stuff for Sunday. How are y'all doing?
Doing
Good.
doing
Who do you
Doing
pick
good.
for Daniel? Hurts, Burrow, or Fields?
Definitely going Hurts. I mean, Hurts still has the most QB1 weeks of all quarterbacks this season, so it's definitely Hurts for me.
Okay, Kevin G with COVID bet his son's college fund on Lawrence going over 209 yards today.
Trade school is okay, man. Trade school
school's
is okay.
cool.
Well, welders make a lot of money. I'm just saying.
Welders do really well. Who's our prop guy? Jared.
The only thing that worries me about this game, and I'm not really sure why the over-under is so low in this game. It was 39 when I looked yesterday. It's up to 40 today, this Jacksonville game. That seems low to me. I like more points in that game. But I like the over as well for Lawrence. You just got to remember, this team is going to look completely different today under a new coach. Like, everybody hated Urban Meyer. I hated Urban Meyer because I rostered James Robinson in DFS almost every single week. And then he fumbles and Carlos Hyde gets like 18 carries. Like, what are you doing, bro?
G, what do you say? Lawrence over 209 yards today? Is that total yards or passing yards? Okay,
That
Kevin.
gotta be passing yards.
It's
There's
passing.
no way that they're gonna do a combine rushing and not for Lawrence. He's a passing quarterback. Maybe for like Lamar Jackson or
I don't know. I've taken props on like Tom Brady over under half a yard.
Yeah, 2.5 passing yards.
that count for Tom Brady again. Yeah. See, passing. Anyway.
Underdog has him at 216.5 right now.
Going over on
For what it's worth.
For over under?
Yeah. So I mean,
Nick
he's
might be
the only
going-
one putting the funds on the over.
Nick's going to college. Daniel, half PPR, pick one. Osborne, St. Brown, or Gage? And I'm guessing it's Amon, the Detroit St. Brown, not the Green Bay Packer St. Brown.
Just to on Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I have him at 226 yards projected, and he threw for 332 yards for them the first game, so pretty easy bet.
Nick's going to college. Who out of these three? Pick one, half PPR. Eric.
I am going KJ Osborne. He's been actually really good in relief of Adam Thielen while he's been injured. So these other two don't excite me at all. I think there's a pretty low floor or low ceiling for both of them. Osborne definitely has a higher ceiling. So let me get that dude.
He has one of the best wide receiver cornerback matchups this week against Artie Burns as well. So that is definitely a big plus for him.
You know, isn't Russell Gage? Why are you knocking Russell Gage? Eric.
He doesn't do much for me at all. I honestly haven't rostered Russell Gage, so I don't know. Has he been awesome the last couple of weeks? But
he's done okay. Yeah, he's done okay. He's playing the Niners weak secondary.
I mean, I'm looking at KJ Osborne. This is what I was saying. 7 targets, 4 receptions, 47 yards, and a touchdown. That was week 13. Week 14, 9 targets, 3 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. That's solid.
I'm going Amon-Ra St. Brown here. Look at his targets the last 2 games. 12
He does 12 each.
12 targets. He's what I'm calling a ton of targets in that offense. So I know it's only half point PPR. I like him more in PPR formats, but I think what I would do, I would look at my matchup, and if I just need somebody to not get me 0, I'm going Amon-Ra St. Brown. If I need like high upside, like I'm the guy had Kelsey Thursday, then I'll go Oz the upside.
I'm going Russell Gage against San Francisco secondary. He's got 6, 12, and 7 on his targets. He's wide receiver. It's Atlanta. I'm going Russell Gage. What do you got, G?
I guess I'll go with St. Brown too. Volume, game environment. They're gonna have to score in order to keep up, but it is a toss up between all those 3 guys. It's not too far apart. And they reported that Thielen is still questionable. So I don't know.
I highly doubt he plays.
You
Just my opinion.
I'm assuming that Jeff is the principal and we are the teachers in elementary school.
I can feel him staring at me. He's right next to me, just honing me down.
How are you guys feeling about AJ Green with no DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah, just how you feel. It's still the same AJ Green. I mean, we've seen him shit the bed on national TV, where he didn't run the proper route, I don't know. I'd rather have Christian Kirk and Rondell Moore for the upside over AJ Green.
I think I would like AJ Green more if Zach Ertz doesn't play. I just feel like there's more targets to be had in that offense if Ertz is out. But I'll have some, I'll have a little bit of everybody. But I'm not excited about him.
Yeah. I think Detroit is. I'm not sure, but I think Detroit is weaker against the slot receivers than they are against the wide.
Christian Kirk has the best wide receiver cornerback matchup in the don't NFL this week. So
I like Christian Kirk better than AJ Green if I had to choose. So I don't know if that helps you, Joe, but AJ Green meh, and Christian Kirk better. Eric, you agree or disagree?
Agreed, 100%. I like Christian Kirk on this. AJ Green, he killed me. That game that you're talking about, Jared, he ran that stupid route in the I lost like $20. I think I had a prop bet on that stuff. Mm-hmm. It was like a parlay. I literally just needed him to catch a touchdown. I'm like, he is dead to me forever.
Ryan, in a standard league again, pick 2, Murray, Penny, or Jay Howard. Standard league.
Penny for sure. The other ones is kind of a coin flip. My God.
Eric or G?
Penny, it's not close. It's Penny.
You have to pick 2.
He needs 2.
Oh, pick. Why the hell would you want 2? I guess Jordan Howard.
That's why I stand league.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I'm going back. AJ, real quick. I wanted to make sure. AJ Green's best 2 games this year of 18 points came with D-Hop actually playing. I think D-Hop helps AJ Green. So with him being out, I think he's out for me.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with the Kirk call. Eric, did you pick 2? Everyone's picking Penny, Ryan, and the other 2 you can just,
Yeah, I agree with Penny for sure. I think that's a lot right there. And then I'll go Jordan Howard. Latavius Murray's playing against the Bucs. Their run defense isn't as formidable as it was in the beginning of the season, but they still can stop the run pretty well. So,
all right. Before we go to Daniel G, who are your 2 wide receivers for DFS?
Devontae Adams and Deontay Johnson. I'm gonna have a lot of exposure to those 2 guys. I'm gonna be switching them in and out of all my lineup. But yeah, those are my 2 top wide receivers for sure. But yeah,
are they the top? Aren't they like 2 of the top highest paid? What aren't they the most expensive?
Devontae Adams is for sure. But you said 2 of my top wide receivers, so
yeah, I did. True story. Jared, who you have?
One of my favorite players this week is Cole Beasley. I think he's going to kind of be under-owned because so many people like Gabe Davis. I know you guys talked about Gabe Davis on the Friday show and his red zone targets. I think this is one of those spots where you can kind of get leverage on the field by rostering a guy like Cole Beasley. Obviously, you still have a high-powered offense in the Bills. And one thing that I love about playing Bills players, or even the Bills passing game, because we don't ever roster their running backs because they all suck. But even when they get up by 20, they still throw the ball. So that's a big plus for me. So Beasley's my first favorite wide receiver. He's actually one of the receivers I have the most exposure to, which is kind of weird to say at 4,900. And then a second one that I really like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would go CD Lamb if he's probably my pay up wide receiver. I guess I would play. I don't really, for whatever reason, I just don't love Diggs this week, which kind of scares me because I feel like every week I'm like, I don't really want that much Diggs. That's the one where he pops off. And I know Jeff and Gerson have been waiting for it for about 14 weeks. So maybe this is the one.
All right.
Cool.
Daniel wants you to pick two. One flex for these running backs. Najee, Jacobs, Gibson, Javonte, and Dylan. Good Lord, that's a pretty good running back group right there. Pick two, Eric.
I'm going the top two names, so Najee and Jacobs. Those are going to be my two right off. Does he need three, though? He said pick two and one flex.
Oh, yeah, he needs three. Yep.
So I'm going to literally, as the names are written down, Najee, Jacobs, Antonio Gibson. I like them. Their volume is secure. They are the dude in that offense. Javonte's a little banged up as well. And then him and Melvin Gordon saw a 50-50 split again last week. And I mean, Javonte did produced, but I'll take those top three guys.
G.
Yeah, same thing, the top three guys.
I also agree. Top three guys. Javonte is getting disrespected again for no reason. He has one start where he owns everybody and it looks amazing, and then Melvin Gordon just comes back in like nothing happened. Pisses me off. So I'll take top three.
Jeff.
Just to sake of being I'm going to go with Najee and Jacobs for sure. Gibson, I'm a little bit worried about confirmation that the quarterbacks for the football team are actually going to play because the last I heard it was Garrett Gilbert was the quarterback. So if that's the case, you're just going to stack the box and just shut Gibbs down. I'm going to go actually with A.J. Dillon. He's actually out-touched Aaron Jones the last couple of games. He hasn't done much with them. He hasn't scored any touchdowns yet because Jones gets the passing touchdowns, but I do think this could be the week downs. He's out touching Aaron Jones for some reason. I don't know why. He's looking good, but is a pretty electric back himself.
I would go Najee, Gibson, and Javonte, but that's just me. G, tight ends too.
For tight end, I have like tight end ugly still. It was ugly on Friday. It's ugly on right now. I mean, it's not too much. But I think the guy that I'm going to have the heaviest exposure to is going to be Dawson Knox. I mean, Dawson Knox is not as high owned as all these other tight ends that are up there. And I want to be contrarian in my GPP roster. And Dawson Knox coming in almost at, 8%. And then the highest owned tight end is going to be Kittle at 7.5K, right? But he's on display, right?
Yeah, he is.
His game to him was moved. Yeah, I was like, against Atlanta, great matchup. He had that upside of getting you 30 points. We've seen it happen recently. But those are the two tight ends I'm really looking to play quite a bit of.
Jared, what you got?
I like Mark Andrews a lot this week. 6.4, so he's a little bit cheaper. Kittle's obviously the guy right now, especially on a slate like this. Like, it makes it just that much more clear cut to play Kittle. Like, you don't have to think about anybody else really that's close to him. But Andrews, I think offers you upside because the Ravens are going to be down in this game. I think we all expect the Packers to beat the Ravens this week. And Hundley is not a guy that like wings it downfield. So, I mean, dink and dunk, you got a safety net and a good quality guy like Mark Andrews, who's been getting over 10 targets, I think, the last 4 weeks on average. So I think there's something to be had there with Mark Andrews. And then the one guy I always roster just because I love him is Gerson's Bitcoin master over there, Kyle Pitts. I still think that I don't trust San Francisco secondary, and they put Pitts all over the field, and they have no one to throw to besides him and Gage. So I'll take a low ownership stab with Kyle Pitts.
Okay, so John, even though your questionable taste last week, I did get the iMac. I don't get it until Friday, so I won't know how good it is. And then the next question is for Jared, G, and Jeff. Best cash game quarterback this week is who?
Tua Tagovailoa. I don't say it as good as Jeff.
Yeah, it's Tua for me as well.
Yeah, Tua.
Tua. G, defenses, you're two.
Defense, if I want to pay up, it's going to be the Miami Dolphins with the New York Jets. You better get used to it. I'm going to say it every week. Anybody playing the New York Jets, which is Zach Wilson, I'm always going to say them. And then to be cheap, it's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Houston. Usually whoever faces Houston, they come out to be a top 10 defense. Unless your name is the Patriots and you're a top 10 defense and allow 40-something points to Davis Mills. Or 30-something, I can't remember. But I think they still scored 10 points or something like that when they did play them, though. But, yeah, those are my two defense.
Jared.
I'm paying up more this week at defense. My top two are the Cowboys because the Cowboys have a phenomenal defense. It's actually one of the most underrated defenses in the NFL, in my opinion.
Phenomenal Micah Parsons is what you're saying.
Yeah, the Dallas defense is good. And they're playing Mike Glennon and Saquon Barkley, who never seems to do anything other than force us to roster him because he's 6,500.
He's gonna get sacked. So hard today.
And the other defense I like is who else was up at the top that I like? Dallas. G said Miami. I'm big on Miami this week as well.
Yeah.
Eric,
Bills.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
No, you're good.
You're just like wondering.
I'm paying up at defense. Yeah, I'm paying up this week at defense.
Eric, what you got?
I don't have team defenses. I can tell you that I like Micah Parsons a lot in IDP, but that's
Of course you like Michael Parsons.
Coming from a Cowboy fan, wow. Both
Right.
right there.
Yeah, I legit don't play in. I play in 0 leagues with team defense anymore, and I'm so happy to say that.
Eric, did you ever wear the Raiders gear that you were supposed to wear on your last bet?
Of course I did. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't. I
just
no,
must have missed it.
No, I haven't done it yet. I got you though, G. I promise. I got it.
Jeff, who do you have for defenses this week?
My highest on defense at 3,100. They're not quite a pay up, but not quite a pay down. But I think they're going to be great against that Carolina Panthers team. So give me the Bills this week.
All right. Kevin wants to know, speaking of COVID, he has Lockett in full PPR playoffs. Does he roll the dice and hold out with Swain as my play? If Lockett is out, right, for sure. He's not playing.
They postponed the game.
Start Grant?
Lockett could be cleared. Lockett could be cleared because he's on COVID. They moved the game to Tuesday, so it's possible he gets a negative test and gets cleared.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, so I thought he was hurt. He's on
It's a COVID list.
COVID.
He's on that list with 150 other people.
Should have all caught COVID. So does he hold off for Lockett? Does he roll the dice with Swain? Or does he start Grant Sr.? And this league gets return yards. Counts as half points, I think.
I think the smart thing to do is just keep Lockett in there, and if he gets ruled out, then pick up Swain. I mean, it gives you the most upside because if Lockett plays, you're going to want to play him.
So I'm guessing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm guessing Grant Sr. gets return yards. I don't play any return yards.
Yeah. This league gets return yards.
Yeah.
So
kicks are
that's.
I would just play someone else. I mean, I would not. I don't want to play those guys.
You want to be like a little more specific on your someone else? Or you just want to, just someone else. Anyone else? What are we doing?
Put your name on him. Tell him to pick up Njoku and flex him.
Whoa, fuck. Why the hell would I want to play Grant Sr. or Swain? I'd rather go. Well, I doubt he's out there available. The Raiders play on Monday, right? Do the Seahawks play on Monday
Yeah,
too?
they're Monday Night Football
They're
now.
Monday.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I would
Right.
see if Donovan Peoples-Jones is available, and I'd probably play him over those two guys.
Over
No.
Swain and Grant Sr.
Yeah,
But-
easy.
Well, so when is the Seattle game though?
Well, you'll get the result.
Oh, that's Tuesday night.
tomorrow.
Right.
So
You'll know whether Lockett plays or not tomorrow.
Yeah.
So hold on to Lockett, and then if he is still out with COVID, then G suggests that you play anyone else other than those two guys. And I think Jarrett went with Swain. Eric, who did you go with?
So I think there's a good because it's everything I'm seeing right now. I thought I read this earlier this morning. It says that that Lockett is symptomatic, so it's not just he has a false positive or whatever. But regardless, I think I like your strategy, Jared. Let's hold on to Lockett. He has the highest floor, highest ceiling, and then maybe Swain. That dude. Every time I watch a Seattle game, he catches a touchdown. I don't know why or how, but every time I see a Seattle game, he does. So I think I would much rather have him than play Jakeem Grant. I don't know. No. I ain't playing. I don't want to rely on something so fickle as return yards, especially in week 15 during the playoffs. Absolutely.
So the lock of the week now is Jakeem Grant will have an 85-yard kick return touchdown. Book it right now.
100%.
G has way more important things to do, so we have 2 more minutes with him. Oh, no, we have a minute with him. G, final parting words for DFS.
Just don't go off the wall. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward slate since they reduced to like a 9-game, I think, or a 10-game. It's just play those heavier, like the guys that we mentioned. I'm pretty much locked in on 2 players. It's James Robinson and Devontae Adams. I'm really high on those 2 guys. I hope the Jaguars bounce back and look good. There's going to be some teams I'm going to target, but yeah, just try to play the guys we mentioned. Look out for news still because you never know, it could still break. You know, it's just, with COVID now. It's just like I wouldn't be shocked if a player's out there warming up and then they take them off the field and say, "Hey, you can't play," even though it's freaking retarded because he already talked to all his teammates, probably gave high fives and stuff.
All right. Good luck, G, on your 1,000 lineups that you have.
See you later tonight, Jeff.
Peace.
Bye.
I think I'm going to head out too, guys. Hop in really quick and just go get
What's up?
my stuff done. All right, good day. Hope y'all win some fancy DFS for you, Jared, in your Clemson jersey over there.
Well, thanks for hopping on and saying hi. You know, I don't get to talk to you very often, so it's always a pleasure.
Stuff. All right, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jeff.
I'll see you tonight, Jeff.
Yep. See you tonight.
Oh, are you guys why don't you promo the show tonight?
Oh yeah, we're doing a fun little like a Christmas special, going for 2 Christmas special tonight. Excuse me. It starts at 9:30 Eastern. We're going to be playing some games. From my understanding, it's going to be on a 4-on-4 like trivia type thing. We're all going to be dressed up festively. I have like a Who hat I'm going to wear. It's going to be freaking awesome. There may be eggnog consumed. You never know.
I'm sure none of the eggnog's going to have alcohol in it, though. I'm sure it's going
No.
to
We don't do that.
just like,
No.
no
No
drinking.
one drinks while
No
they do
one drinks
podcasts.
on Going for Two
that's not a
live
thing,
crew.
right?
Jared, are you going to be there tonight?
I'm not. I actually try and catch a little bit of nap around that time. So what I might tune in if I'm awake, because you know me, I'm a professional napper. I work at all these crazy hours of the night. So like I got home at 6 o'clock this morning, and I'm up doing this show just to be because I don't sleep.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on to do the show. What do you do that you work these crazy hours?
So I bartend 3.5 nights a week, and then for whatever reason, I still am hanging on to my FedEx job. I load trucks.
3.5 nights a week? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, 3.5 nights a week I bartend. 1 week I work every other Friday, so I always say 3.5.
All right, I got you.
Yeah,
And then you do FedEx loading too?
Yeah, I load trucks at FedEx from midnight to 5, 3 days a week. So. And I really don't even need to do that. I'm just stubborn, so I'm still there. Worried about COVID again. You know, having a second backup is always kind of nice.
Well, I mean, yeah, especially if you can do it. Why not? Why not do it? All right. So talk to me about DFS. You only play cash games?
No, I play GPP too.
Oh.
I can do both, but I'm more of a tournament player. But since Gerson's so good at it, we just always kind of let him do all the tournament stuff. But I play a little bit of cash too. I did, but I kind of listened to them guys while I was doing it, so I got to give credit where credit's due. I listen to their show every Friday night, and I'm pretty active in the chat, so I always let them know when I agree and disagree with them. But they always have a great show on Friday. If you haven't watched the DFS show on Friday, I recommend it. It's good times there.
It's really good. Yeah, I've learned a lot from watching that. I still suck at DFS, but I've learned a lot from watching it.
That's my favorite podcast that I watch. And I'm not just saying that because it's on our network. Like, I literally watch that show every single Friday.
On Sunday aren't your favorite podcast?
Well, sometimes I'm not even up. Like last week, I was sleeping.
Thanks, Jared. Eric,
but I do watch this one too.
Okay, whatever. It's too late now. It's too late. My feelings are hurt. Hey, John, you're welcome, and thank you for listening. All right, so we are going to now do really quickly in the next 11 minutes the people that you would stay away from on DFS this week on the short slate. Is there anyone that you absolutely do not want to roster? Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end.
Yeah,
maybe because they're chalky, or maybe
we'll just pull it up in order here. I don't have like any Bridgewater or Burrow for quarterbacks. I don't like that game at all. So I'm staying away there. If that game has 60 points in it, don't find me on Twitter and yell at me because that game sucks. I think it's going to be boring. So I'm staying away from that game. For quarterbacks, running backs that I really don't like. He's gonna have a decent amount of ownership. I'm staying away from Saquon Barkley. I'm a big believer in the Cowboys defense. I think they're a lot better than advertised, and I'm not just saying that because Eric is a Cowboys fan. I really do believe that the Cowboys defense is pretty good. Receiver, I'm staying away from Deebo Samuel. The matchup is really good, but his player prop is like 43 yards receiving. So I think he's a little bit more injured than they want the rest of the world to know because, like Gerson was saying, he says, I look at player props to kind of like use that as almost like a projection because you're getting basically a baseline projection when they look at that. Yes, Deebo can run the ball, but he's 8,200. Like, he's not cheap. He's 700 less than Devontae Adams. I'm going to take – if I'm in that range, I'm going to be playing Devontae Adams.
Okay. That's an interesting take right there.
Yeah, I don't think I have any Deebo, and I have 150 lineups. I'm fully out on that.
Do you have Ayuk on any?
I do. Like Ayuk. Ayuk has a very positive wide receiver cornerback matchup as well. So,
all right.
And he's like $2,000 less than Deebo. He's like 6,300 here. So on DK at least.
Mm-hmm. And then tight ends. I don't remember if I'm like taking anybody out that I. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many like value tight ends. So there's not anybody in particular that I'm like, oh, I won't roster him because there's just so many. I mean, there's just so many of them. I guess the one that I wouldn't roster if he plays is Ertz because he's got a hamstring injury. I don't think that's going to work out too well, and I think that they're going to be up by a lot. So I would be avoiding Ertz in most lineups.
Okay, so here's my question. You said this twice. You think, and I think G said it too, Arizona's going to be up by a lot on Detroit. In Detroit.
Not only are they going to be up, but like I'm pissed off that we got embarrassed. Well, they didn't get embarrassed, but they lost pretty convincingly to the Rams.
They threw 2 interceptions, and they weren't even pretty interceptions. They got embarrassed. But my question is, if they're up by a lot, you have Edmonds coming off IR, you have Connor nursing a ankle injury, you have D-Hop out. are they just going to pass the ball still all game? I just don't understand what the strategy would be if you're up by a lot and everyone on your team is hurt.
Yeah, and that's where it gets tricky. So I have more Connor than Edmonds, and I know some of the public likes Edmonds. Well, maybe not more, but like they're pretty much like Connor has more ownership, but like Edmonds is a lot cheaper, and I think people believe that he's going to get the blowout run. I guess I don't know how healthy he is. I have my doubts. If Edmonds came in and I knew he was going to get like his normal workload and he was healthy, I would have interest.
Right.
But I just think he's a little bit more hurt than they want us to believe. That's my personal opinion.
What do you think, Eric?
About just the game script in general?
Yeah, just that game script in general.
Excuse me. This is Chase Edmonds' first game back from what, a 4-game? I think it was 4 games he missed, basically.
He's on IR, yeah.
I think that they're going to run the ball. I don't think they're going to have to like pass a whole bunch, but I think they may do more of that like pass through the air type stuff. So, I mean, Zach Ertz having a hammy, that's not great, but he could really, really be used as kind of the ball mover, or we could see a lot of Rondale Moore. That's what I would be banking on personally. I think that we're going to see jet sweeps, little gadget plays from him. And now I have to put him in some DFS lineups. So I just had that revelation, you know.
All right, so let's start with Eric. Which game are you most banking on for DFS?
For DFS, I'm actually not playing any DFS this week because I lost my entire bankroll is gone. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It was only $25. It's nothing crazy. I got up a lot and then I lost literally everything. I don't want to tell you how much I was up. It was a decent amount. And then, I mean, I would think. Let me look at the games real quick.
Jared, which game?
The game that I'm interested in the Packer game. Like Gerson was saying, it was Packers Ravens. He was saying that he had a lot of interest in Rodgers. I think Rodgers is a great DFS play, and I hate to say that because I'm a Vikings fan, but my wife is a Packers fan, so I got to get on here and at least give her a little bit of love. Yeah, I'm interested in that game. I think it's kind of clear. You know, you can stack Rodgers with Adams and then run it back with for me it's Andrews, but some people might want to use Bateman in that spot as well. There's just so much value. Like you can build your lineup literally any way you want. Like you can pay down at every single position and you can pay up at basically wide receiver. I understand being interested in that game from the Green Bay's perspective, since the Ravens literally probably have no secondary going. But does it matter who's quarterbacking for the Ravens? It doesn't matter to you whether it's I would love it if Jackson was quarterbacking, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they said on the radio this morning. I haven't really looked at any news. I kind of woke up and popped on here, but I believe they said that he's more doubtful than questionable. So I'm expecting him not to play. So that's still that game still holds interest. Okay. Yeah, I just think that Hundley. If it wasn't Hundley, like I would have like 50 lines of this game because this is my favorite game. But Hundley knocks it down a little bit. Eric, did you pick a game?
The game I like the most is one that I'm not sure is going to if it's going to happen this week, but it's the Seahawks and the Rams. I think with there's a lot of fantasy firepower with those two teams. It's like incredibly hard this week. To me, this is like the hardest week to really wrap my head around because everybody is out. Like no one has a healthy quarterback. Nobody has, you know what I mean, like a fully healthy. I think maybe the Bengals and Broncos game could be a little bit sneaky with all those pass catchers for the Bengals, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon. That's the one I'll say just kind of as like a sneaky game. The Bengals and Broncos.
I mean, I like the Atlanta Niners game.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the highest total on the slate.
And I I did. Okay. But you have Jimmy G, who doesn't really throw that much, but could throw to like 3 touchdowns to Kettle, Ayuk, Jeff Wilson. Then Matt Ryan can be counted on every now and then to like get a ball to Kyle Pitts and Russell Gage. I
think the over-under in that game last I looked was 49, which was higher than any other game. So that game is a great call.
Oh,
I need Jeff Wilson. I need Jeff Wilson to go off so bad. Come on, man.
Is this for your Scott Fishbowl or just for?
It's for like, well, it is for Scott Fish, but it's also for like every other thing. I have Elijah Mitchell everywhere. I actually took Jeff's advice. Jeff was the one, he was touting him all off season. So I drafted him in like the last round of rookie drafts, last round of the Scott Fishbowl. So I was lucky enough to be able to pick up Jeff Wilson, but I need DK. Really is what I need. I need DK Metcalf to go the F off this week. He's been killing me this whole year.
Yeah, DK hasn't had a really good year.
I'm telling you though, this week is the week.
This is the week. This is the week for you.
With Lock It Out, it can only get better, right?
Facts.
Theoretically.
Jeff Swain.
Yeah, and I've got the Russell Wilson DK stack and Scott Fish, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see.
That's a nice
3 touchdowns. Let's go.
All right, I know that you're really tired, Jared, and so this is the point where there's a little dog on the patio across the thing. It's a little beagle, like not little, he's like this long. This is the point where you give your final parting words or your rant, whatever you want. What you got for us there, Jared?
Well, my parting words this week are, I'll say this much. The holidays are coming up. Spend time with your families. Make sure you get around and have a good weekend. Next time I see or talk to any of you guys, it'll be after Christmas. So I'm going to wish everybody that's watching and the 2 people that are still here a very Merry Christmas with their families, and enjoy it because family always comes first.
That's nice. Those are nice parting words. You got Eric.
Your
rooster on your hat, which I just noticed.
Yeah, it's from Hawaii.
Okay.
No spoilers. There's a couple movies that are out right now that are really big time, and I've already seen some people like saying, "Listen, I have 2 little bitty kids. I can't be going to the movie theater like as soon as the damn thing comes out. So please don't spoil anything." But I've heard, anyways. That's my rant for that. And also check us out tonight, 9:30 Eastern. We're going to be doing some fun little Christmas games and stuff. So bring your drinks, bring your kids, whoever,
And I'm not going to be on that show because I don't do Christmas shows or that kind of stuff. But do check them out. I'm pretty sure the eggnog will be flowing freely with whatever libations they have in it. I don't even understand what TV is. My sister who doesn't understand or play football or fantasy, so I'm not really sure what she's talking about. So I don't know. Gus Burton is a character on what show? He's a character on a show. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. She could be drunk. She's a teacher. She's a teacher. She teaches school. They're done.
It's Christmas break for them.
Yeah, she's on break. So I want to thank Terry for listening. I want to thank Kevin, who has COVID, for listening. I want to thank John and Ryan and Psych. That's right. He's on Psych. And everyone who takes the morning to give us some time. Thank you very much. I want to wish everyone a happy holiday. I will talk to some of you tomorrow on the Monday show. But Kyle, thanks for listening. You guys just have a good holiday. Just don't stress out about like buying gifts and stupid shit like that. Just enjoy the time. Enjoy the time. And tune in tonight to watch these drunk, crazy fools try to play a game because it should be fun. Good luck with everyone on DFS. Jared, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I was Gerson asked me last week if I could come on, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe. And then he tagged me in our group chat at 9:30 in the morning, and I'm like, and he's like, I thought you were coming on. I'm like, I was out cold, brother. He goes, yeah, I finally get Jared to come on, and this guy's sleeping. I said, yeah, you're damn right I was.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you every Sunday, every day. You guys, good luck.
Absolutely. Win your playoff games this week.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. Move on, baby. Let's move on.
Bye, guys.